All right, so to give a little explanation here, obviously with this one here, we have these screw holes, which actually go right there and right there, right there and right there, all the way around here. But they've been totally ripped out. So yeah, it's going to be really difficult to make solid wood pieces there. So we're going to have to probably use a product called wood epoxy. It's a two-component putty that you knead it together, and it creates wood and it becomes harder than wood itself. So I'm going to show you detailed explanation and such of exactly step by step how I'm going to recreate all these to make it look exactly solid like that, and a way that it's never going to fall out, and it will take the stresses of a screw. So as you can see here, it's a pretty there's a little bit of work that's going to be involved in here. Now obviously I got a piece here that came out, so we're going to try to keep that. I'll restructure that, make sure it's fitting nice, and if it doesn't fit nice, I'll just use wood epoxy again. So we'll see on that one. So I'm going to keep that there. Still got a screw here, right there. And so I'm going to be taking this off first. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to also configure using this piece here that's already attached. The screw is still in it there. So I'm going to find out where that goes, and I'm going to use that as a key to get it back to its originality of where it's supposed to be fitting into here. So yeah, I'm just going to set up the camera, and we'll start filming and get this puppy back to normal. Cheers. Okay, these are my wood epoxies. Okay, so I got different wood epoxies. Let me just go through this while I'm doing this. Okay, so I got a couple of naturals. You know, with this here, I can mix in a little bit of stain, or I can use a microtone powder to have pigment, and you can actually alter the color of this. But this is a natural wood here. We got dark walnut, and then I'll get into that later. I got steel epoxy. You know, this, if there are any threads, like say the threads of a screw, these will bond to metal, and as well to the wood itself as well. So this is how I really get a strong hold on those type of situations. This is what I just use for big gouges and such, and I can simply smooth it out flat perfectly and feather sand it through, and then I just do touch up, and then I protect it from there. So yeah, this is a lifesaver. This is Premier brands here. All this is here in Premier brand, and then you got JB Welds here. Awesome. Now I think I just bought these, and I don't think I've tried them out yet. And so when I do, I'll let you know. But these ones here, you got 4 minutes working time, period. And the story. Like, you need it for a little bit, then you got about 4 minutes working time, and then it chemically starts stiffening up and becoming very difficult for bonding, as well as to be able to maneuver it. And so you kind of have to make sure that that you're ready to go. So anyways, in regards to this, we're going to we might be leaving the dark walnut. We'll use this up first. I don't think I might have enough to do all my voids here, but we'll see. I gotta still do a rigidity test on this before we start wood epoxying the corners, which I'll be just coming into a few minutes. But these ones here, the naturals, of course, I'm dealing with a darker color, and I kind of want it to go within a pretty good realm, because it's going to be easier for me to do touch up and bring in the color to blend into the existing. And then when I do my immediate, I'll probably just do the finishing of the whole circumference here, and I'll just do it acutely, and we'll be able to hardly see it after we're done. So that's the main thing, and it takes just as much time to do it right than it is to do it wrong. So I don't really like taking shortcuts. I have my methodologies and such, and I'm just going to share them with you. Yeah, and let's get to it.
Stop. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it.
All right, going to start with these screws for the base. I'll get that later. All right. Now, before I go start rotating this, I still have the screw holes where they came from. And so what I'm going to do, all right, so this one here is this one. And so I want to make sure that this is the only one that has a piece connected to this. So I'm going to use this as my reference. Okay, so I'm going to mark on this one. And then I'm just going to simply mark one on here. Okay, so now I know which one goes where when I go reattach this, and the key's already into where I need it to go for the repair. So yeah, just put this down for the moment. Tells me what size of screw I'm going to need to use to when I reattach these, because this is going through, like they almost have it going all the way through. So when I put these on, I'm going to have to take this off, but when I put this on, I'm going to have to make sure that I know how much it's going to drill into the wood epoxy. So I'm going to make it a pilot hole, so the threads will go in through and it won't split or nothing like that. So yeah, stay tuned with that. All right, so as this is a reference for this, I'm just going to go a little black line there, and I'm going to enhance a black line there. So I'll be able to see it because none of the other ones will have it. So all right. Okay, I'm going to set this aside. But now we're going to put this aside. It's already been marked, so we know what's going on. Alright, let's take a look at this. Alright, so maybe we may have to make the repair down here. Let's have some fun. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, before we even get started with this, I want to make sure that what we're doing is, if there's anything that I'm missing, I need I'm just going to put a piece of tape on that. If there's anything loose here, I want to fix that first, besides the chunks of wood and such. I'm just going to tape that together there, just to keep it there. Don't want it falling off and getting in my way and such. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to back you up a little bit. All right, I'm going to move this back. Now I'm just going to pull. Yeah. I'm just going to have to pull and twist and just see if I can find any movement into those joints at all. This one here, I would presume this one's going to be yes. Yeah, I can move it. So this leg seems to be compromised a little bit. But I'm just testing out this rigidity, folks. So not bad. That's just a little bit of movement, but not really out of place. Yeah, you can do a little quick band clamp to this too and make sure that. I think that's pretty solid too. Okay, you can hear that one. All right, so let's just see after it's anchored on and screwed in here, reinforced there. Okay, so it should be pretty strong. We're going here. Okay, so basically I'm just lining a padding for my belt. Or strap, sorry, for my ratchet strap. Alright, so we got good cushion there. And I can set this aside. So I just put a piece of tape around, just to keep things nice and neat when I'm not using it. I'll move this aside for a second. Yeah. I'm going to pull this apart. Pull back your tabs. And just go strap through. Make the paint there. Okay, so we'll do a lot past there. Okay, so I'm going to bring this along. So, okay, so I'm going to put this across here. And that's going to be low enough. If you want to. Just like this, just to keep it on there without you not worried it's going to fall off. It's not going to make any difference, you just push your hands. If this happens, that's pretty good. It'll bind up on you. Okay, so. So we want to do it up a little bit more. Okay, so usually what I do, something like this, and when it cranks, it's going to crank right into the nice and tight all the way around. So do it again. Go around and check. See if it looks nice and tight. Then peel that back. nice and tight now. So it's all pressuring into itself. So all your joints should be tight. Now this is the loose brake because it's just a superficial brake. And yeah, so we can still do what we want to do. I just made like from wanting that out of the way totally. Just grab a couple pieces of tape. Yeah, I do a lot of things with tape. And my kind of extra fingers, extra hands. I just wrap it around like that. And that's not getting in my way. And just do the same thing here. Same thing. Just pull it away. Put that in there. It can be anywhere because I'm kind of done. It's going to be kind of exactly where we want it. Okay. So I'm going to put it right to the edge, just showing the shy of darkness. Okay, so if I keep on going straight, you're going to be missing here. So basically, you put it right to the start of this, and then I angle it, pressurize towards that, and I pin it where I want it, and go back. And then again, I have to go more in this way. So I'm actually going to try to keep it above, pin it, pull it back, and again, right matching exactly where it is. And there you go. Okay. So now we're still, that's within a 32nd of an inch. So that's really good. So, and so we just do the same thing over here. You're just manipulating it to where you want it. And you don't want to go past that wood point. You have to be within the wood point. That's it. Yeah, on the back side of the wood line. So I may have to get another piece of tape because it's really stressing to make that. So I'm just going to put that there. And I grab another one. Kind of push it down. Getting that angle where I need. Push down. Okay. So it's showing a little bit of dark there. So if you want to, just angle it in there. And just pin it down. I know you can't see it. I'll try to show you. Okay. So that's going to be good enough for what I want. I know this might seem like a little bit of time, but when we go and take off our tape when it's still maneuverable, we're going to be able to not waste the time trying to clean up or we might run out of time, right? I'm going to do one to see how long it takes, and if I can do two at a time, I'll do two at a time. So this one's going to be a little bit different than the rest. We're going to, this piece is right off. Take it off. Okay, so this one here, I'm actually going to reuse this piece and then glue it right in place. It goes nice and flush. It's a nice clean break, so it fits absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do is, because you don't see the surface anyways, I'm going to glue it and then I'm going to micro pin it. And I'll just make sure that it's exactly where it needs to be before I do that. It's not get dry fit.
Stop. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it.
It goes nice and flush. It's a nice clean break, so it fits absolutely perfect. So what I'm going to do is, because you don't see the surface anyways, I'm going to glue it and then I'm going to micro pin it. And I'll just make sure that it's exactly where it needs to be before I do that. I'm just going to do a dry fit here. Oops, sorry. Okay. So I'm looking at this and I'm wanting to push it tight. And I can just barely get it tight. So we're gonna have to do a little touch up there. But this is why we have to micropin it. And you get some really small micropins so I don't split the wood. And they're really, really small, but they're very hard. And so I'll be putting them on a toenail, on a slight toenail, so that it will, you know, the grab and pull in and pull down, and it won't want to come back up. So I'm just gonna pop that off. And quickly grab my glue. Sorry. All right, so I'm just going to put my micro pins in here. Okay, I just took off a couple of rounds just to make sure I got 3/8 going in here. Put a little glue on. You put it on this one surface here. Make sure that nothing is loose, and if it is loose, kind of fix that first. So I do have one little slight piece here. This is good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my blade. Okay, this is all we need for the moment. Okay. I'm going to push them right to the very end. Okay, keep it nice and neat. Okay. So now when I put this on, get glue on here, kind of quickly, I just want to make sure all my glue's nice and wet. And right in the dowel area too. Get your finger, kind of like pat it over. Yeah, you can use a glue brush, you know, periodically, or something with short bristles, kind of firm. You want a little bit of give, but not a lot. Okay, so there's a little bit of trick I'm going to show you. See on this side here, you don't want any glue on this part, sorry. So you just take that off if there is any. Now with this here, take your thumbnail, kind of roll it, remove some of that glue. You still got glue there, but not enough to squeeze out. So then I'm going to clean up my thumb here. And you just do the same thing across here. Just remove a good portion of that. So when this does squeeze out, very minimal is going to get on this surface. So take some of that off and smooth it the opposite direction. Okay. Okay, this is still enough glue. What I might do, this might want to just in the center portion there. Let me spread that around just a little bit. Just making sure that I get a good adhesion. First of all, I'm going to get this squeezed down. Kind of move the push really hard, just like to get most of that glue squeeze out. This what you want to see. You want to definitely see a little bit of glue squeeze out. But pretend this is on the face side, right? You got some of the face side there. And if you got some on the back, this again, take that off. You can use a damp rag. Okay, damp rag's good. And so I'm pushing this way with my finger. I'm actually going to grab a piece of tape. I'm going to go just also down there. I want to make sure that I'm down solid. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to pull straight down. Okay, so now that tape's not there. I'm going to push forward really hard with my finger. Okay, just give it a stretch without breaking it. Now you can adjust that. I can make it pressurized on this corner, and pressurize at this corner, or I can do center. Okay, so that this here is a little bit halfway in between. I put pressure there, so this would elasticize enough to hold that in there, and I'll be able to push that in. So this is exactly what we did. And with this here, I'm just going to, again, on this angle, keeping it flat, I'm going to go down. A lot of my pressure is on this corner, okay? Okay, so you gotta do it enough that it pulls tight. And the same thing with here, you want to put the direct pressure and then fold it over. Should be nice and flat, nice and flush everywhere. And it is. Okay, that's what it looks like on the other side. So yeah, this is really well done. That's without pin nailing it, right? Now, just to show you, I'm going to show you how small that is. Just put one right in the center so it'll go into the dowel. Okay, as you can see, you can hardly see it, right? And if you want to, just put a second one down here. Okay, now that's pushed down, that's beautiful. That's perfect. Okay, so this is right in its place where we want it. So, yeah, you just let that dry. In about half an hour, I should be able to take all this off and be good.
Stop. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it.
All right, so you get yourself a glass of water. Get your wood epoxy. Always have this when you, for your tool of choice, on your fingers, so that wood epoxy doesn't stick to your fingers at all. Okay. All right, so I got two larger pallets here that I will use in this because we're doing with such a bigger area. And yeah, let's take it. I'm just gonna put my glasses on. When it comes to these, we're gonna be using most of this. So I'm just going to, if you see it discolored like that, just take off. Careful when you do this, okay? Just take off the first part, okay? And then use enough to work around. So let's say, let's leave this one till last. Let's go on to this one here. Okay, so now I gotta actually show you. So this is a 3/16. All right. So, give me an idea. I'll just give you a couple of shots here. Keep in mind, there's a screw going in here and a screw going in here, which they seem to miss like a lot. So, we'll see where it lands. Okay, so I'm gonna just take it here. I'll probably get it right here. I'll put it on an angle. Slow drill. Go in like a ½ inch. Maybe you should do this part before you tape it, just so that it won't stick in here. But we can still clean this up. It's still gonna go nice and flat, so I'll get a blade and clean it up. But That was my foresight. I kind of missed that. So yeah, do the drilling before you tape up, because we're gonna have issues all the way across right now. Okay, so I got 2 anchors there, and that's what I'm gonna leave for there. And then I'm gonna make sure you see this here. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna do one right here, really carefully now. Get it started. Okay, make sure you're above here on an angle. Don't put a lot of pressure. Okay, so that's a major anchor there. So that's where I'm gonna leave it, because I'm gonna let the Bondo, I'm gonna let the wood epoxy adhere to the rest of it. We have enough grab here that it's not gonna go. Now I'm gonna put what I think I need. Before I start, I'm gonna dip my fingers in water. Alright. Have that handy. Start kneading. And keep on kneading. Okay. Turn around the ball. Roll it into it like a worm. Okay. Squish them in there. Now I'm going to grab my blade. I'm going to push them in there very well. Okay. Now I'm just going to squish some in there. Make sure she's packed evenly and nicely. Don't have any voids. Okay. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do like this. Okay. I'm going to get my tool, put some water on there. Put a little bit of water in your hands. Push firmly. You can even give it a little slide. Clean it off a little bit. Okay. Now we're just going to curve it in like that. All the curvature. Okay, so while it's still wet, I'm going to start taking off this tape. Now remember, I said peel away, so you just peel away. You just start taking them off. Turned out good. We're gonna camouflage the rest of that, no problem. Okay, see how much work. See how this is. Dip that in my water. I'm gonna match the angle here. I'm just gonna shear that. That's good. Perfect. That's nice. Okay. You can probably take a little bit more. I just want to make sure that that's forming a good line. Beautiful. Okay, now this is a little bit proud. So I'm gonna dip my blade in water again. Same kind of thing. Now this is almost hard. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a test piece, see if it does what I want it to do. Okay, it seems to be okay. So it's, again, I didn't take it all off because I wanted to just work into it, not go too deep. I didn't want it to tear out either. That looks really nice. Then I'm just going to grab a rag here. Great. Perfect. Okay. Nice and flat. And we're going to be able to drill into that.
Stop. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it.